just waiting for the bus to get to work. Legs are aching from this day. I don't know how I'm gonna be doing work today. It's gonna hurt bending down. Just finished work and that was the hardest 6 hours of my life. It dragged today. It absolutely dragged. Oh, obviously my legs are shot. I can't hardly walk. My ankles seized up as well. My quads are aching. My calves are aching. My glutes are aching. Oh, I'm literally 100 meters away from my house, and I think it's gonna take me 20 minutes to get home. Oh, customers today. Oh, it's like, I swear to God, since Jeremy Kyle has gone off air, all them people watch Jeremy Kyle and now coming into the shop. Not the ones that watch it, the ones that actually are on it, because there's so many weird people where I live. I mean, it's like that film out of, you know, what's it called, Wrong Turn, with all the Neanderthals. Jesus, there's like loads of them. I don't get why there are so many. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I'm actually doing. So what I'm actually doing for this Bodypower 2020. If you haven't actually watched my videos or you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like, give me a comment down below if you've got any questions. But I'm going to go over what I'm actually going to be doing in Bodypower 2020 for the people who haven't watched that video and for the people who are new to my channel. So I'm going to have some dinner and then I'll sit down and have a chat with you about the whole thing, what I'm planning on doing, how am I going around it, what am I doing now. So I'll see you in a bit when I finish my dinner. I'm a messy boy. If you're just wondering what I was doing just before I sat down, I'm just making a protein shake. I use actually bulk powders. It's the mass one. There's quite a lot of debate about are mass gainer protein shakes and all that stuff worth it. Personally, I think if you get a good quality one, they're worth it. Don't go and buy cheap ones, right? Because you do have to use obviously a lot. A lot of the cheap ones do have a lot of rubbish in them. Some cheap protein, it's not that good. So go with a good brand, a well-known company and look at the ingredients. You know what? You don't have to know what the ingredients are to go and check them out on Google. Just Google the ingredients and it'll tell you. Like I said, bulk powders are doing sales all the time. I got this for £27 because I had a 40% discount on their products if you spend over 35 quid. It's £35 naturally anyway, but in these ones you can get different sorts where you can just get the bulking ones and it's just pure carbs and protein. The fat is a bit higher on these. It's 10 grams of fat, but you've got to expect that because it's actually got blended oats in the actual shake. It's also got 5 grams of creatine. So we all buy creatine, obviously, because it's the only supplement known with loads of tests that actually does something for you, actually helps you grow muscles, you know, obviously with your training and all that lot. So it's got that in it. So you don't have to worry about buying that. So every time you're having a protein shake, you don't have to buy creatine separately, having 2 different tubs, and you know, it's all blended up and it tastes nice. And that is the main thing about protein. You know, a lot of the companies are disgusting. Oh, I've had some protein in the past and it's disgusting. Some of them is just like wallpaper paste. Bulk powders are cheap, but not stupid cheap, where you can't trust them. They've got so much variety of like products in proteins, diet proteins, whey proteins, and I got jokes as well. So if I want to actually put more grams or carbs or calories in a shake, I can just add some more. This shake alone is 450 calories. I think it gives me about 76 carbs and 10 fat and 45 grams of protein. So if you're in a bit of a rush like I do in the morning because I'm lazy and I find it hard to get out of bed, I tend to get one of these and drink it on the way to work. Then it's basically a meal replacement. You know, if I haven't got that time, I tend to try and have it after my breakfast, you know, give my breakfast and let it settle down, and then have it while I'm going to work if I get up earlier. But most of the time I don't get up early and I end up going to one of these. So I suggest to have probably 1 or 2, but always, if you can eat, stick to food. Food is by far the best way of actually getting your proteins, your carbs, you know, naturally going through your system, because obviously it takes time to digest. Obviously with protein, it goes through your system a lot quicker, and that's where you can buy different proteins which are slow releasing proteins and fast releasing proteins, which do different things to your actually body inside, which I'm not going to go into it because I'm not a scientist and I'm not qualified. Before somebody comments down below that I'm capable of talking about it. So I know the different proteins and I know what they do, but I'm not going to copy and paste something off Google and then put it on the screen while I can just say it. Anyway, back to the video what I was on about. This one is my day 3 of vlogging every day in August. As you know, I am also got another series called Road to Bodypower 2020, and this is about that. If you haven't subscribed to me yet and you're new, please subscribe, because obviously I've got this going on, the vlogging every day in August, and I've got the Road to Bodypower series, which is going through the whole of this year. And then when it comes to the new year, I will slowly be starting to cut ready for Bodypower and entering one of the competitions in Bodypower. So this is what it's on about Bodypower. I have never ever competed. I was tempted last year to compete, not in Bodypower, but just compete and just see. I've only shredded and cut down probably twice in my life. One was I didn't really cut down much at all, but it was 2 years. Last year I cut down to the best I had done, but still it was only 6-8 weeks cut. It was hardly nothing, I mean, and I saw a lot of results in that. I really did want to carry on, but obviously I did it I did it for my birthday, so I revealed myself on my birthday. All the links down below of what I went through. I went and got a spray tan, and I did it like the poses in my gym at like 2 o'clock in the morning because no one was there, and I enjoyed it. You know, I saw results, and I'm a lot bigger than I was then. I'm a lot more like bulkier, and it's not because of my weight, because my weight really from then to now, I haven't really gained that much weight. I've always been a person who can maintain their weight. Obviously I've put more mass on my belly because I am bulking more, but I decided when I went to Bodypower this year, obviously it let me down. The whole show wasn't as good as it my first time, but because first time was my first time, and I really thought, how can I actually make Bodypower better? Not saying I'm going to make it better, but how can I make the experience for myself better? And I thought there's only one thing. When I saw Brandon Harding's videos about entering Bodypower and doing that, obviously I would never be in the same category as him. You know, he's a completely different category to start off with. You know, he's like really popular on YouTube, and you know, sponsored by Alpha Elite and all that. But I want to do it for myself. You know, I decided a week after Bodypower that I really wanted to compete, because I thought Bodypower would be an awesome platform to do it. I'm doing it just to do a tick it off on the box. I'm not going to say I'm going to go and compete after, and you know, the year after, because I don't think I could have the time and the patience and all that stress dealing with it every year. But I've heard by so many people it's like a addiction, it's like a bug. Once you start cutting, yes, you go through so much bad things, like being miserable because you haven't eaten much food, but I don't really like eating that much. You know, I can go without a day without eating, you know what I mean? That the food part does not faze me. I actually struggle eating like in a surplus. I actually find it hard bulking, and it's actually going to be quite a relief when I start cutting. Obviously, I've mentioned in a couple of videos before, I follow George Osborne, and he's natural, and I am thinking about getting him to coach me, because he's told me how much he's going to be cost a month, and all he has to do is do what his diet was with me. You know, obviously change a few things, obviously because of work wise, and obviously I have my son. Obviously I can't do certain things as much as him because he's obviously self-employed, but the way he looks now, he's like 63 kg at the moment, and I think I would be heavier than him if I was cutting, because I'm just naturally a little bit bigger. I wouldn't be much bigger, but yeah, I would be a tiny little bit bigger. I'm not saying in physique wise, but I'm talking about in weight, and it's just the whole shredded look. I know I'll be competing against people who are on some sort of steroid, and that's another thing I want to do. I want to be able to go in and compete, whether it's in physique, if it's over 30s, if it's beginners class, if it's whatever, a bodybuilding, you know, junior. I don't know. I really don't know what category it is, and this is why I did this video. I did a few videos ago about somebody trying to help me. because I don't know what I'm basically doing when it comes to this. I don't want to just get to the end of the year and then go, right, I want to join, I'm going to do Bodypower and I want to go in that. Obviously, if I did hire someone like George, I'd probably have to go and meet him, and he'd have to look at my physique and go, well, you've got to lose this much in 20 weeks or 16 weeks or however long I cut for, and you'll get to this, and you'll be this, so you'll be in this category or this category. But Bodypower, I do not know if you can just go into Bodypower, just go, yeah, I want to be in the show, and they'll go, yeah, you can. Or do you have to do certain shows before you can be allowed to go into Bodypower? I've seen people on the stage, and they do look like it's their first time, you know. Obviously, Brandon Harding, that was his first time, and he's done shows before, so I don't know if he was allowed to go on that because I haven't got a clue. And that's why I want people who have, hopefully, if you've entered Bodypower, just comment down below, you know, and add me on Instagram, John_Sheppard, and, you know, talk to me and help me, you know, what you have to do. I've messaged Bodypower themselves saying, what do you have to do? I know, because it always advertise it, and I don't really know where I am going to be in, like, end of year. Like I said, at the moment, I'm sitting on about, it's about 176. Like, I really want to get to that 180 mark, like, by the end of this month. And that's one of my goals for this month as well, to get to 180 pounds. And then obviously whatever else I can get on top of that, because I know I've seen some people and they've lost like 20 pounds on a cut, and that'd be me at 160, and that's tiny. That's really, really light. And I know you can go in weight categories. So if there is weight categories, I don't want to be in a category where I'm the smallest person. I'd like to be, if I'm on that borderline, I'd like to go on that the one lighter weight. So then I would actually be I'd be one of the biggest on that stage against the ones who are probably a bit lighter than me. Because if I'm hitting that border mark and I'm like, say, if it's a 160 pound weight category, and then I'm 161, 62, then I'll be against people probably who could be 10, maybe 15 pounds heavier than me, and you can tell the difference. So what I want to know is if anybody has actually been in a show. I know I can go and message. I know people have done shows. I know a couple of people on my Instagram. I know people who live near me have been in shows. And I want to know, what category do you think I would be in? Do you think I would be in a certain weight category? What weight category? What are the weight categories? You know, what is the lowdown? I know I could probably find out, but I am really lazy at the moment, and I don't want to look up on it too soon, and then put my hopes down, because of course I don't know how heavy I'm going to be by the end of Christmas. I don't know when I'm going to start my cut. You know, most people do a cut for 16 to 20 weeks, and George has been like, I think he's doing like 30. I'm not going to be like, you know, I could not do it, so fair play to him. You know, he's like a machine when it comes to it. But I want to get lean. I don't want to go on the show and go, you know what? I still feel like I can lose some, you know. I can still feel like a bit of fat, you know. Obviously, I don't want to lose any muscle about it, so I'd rather gradually lose my weight. I don't want to drastic cut, you know, and try and cut a lot of fat out, you know. And by the end of my bulk, the last probably 2 months, I'm gonna tighten up on all the food. So it's going to be pure, clean food, and I'm going to lower my fat content just so I can start helping myself off with a bit of the fat around the old gusset and back, because that's where men seem to always hold it. So if you could give me a hand with that, thank you very much. And I'm gonna do a shout out to two people. One of them is being really quiet and not said anything about this. Curtis, hi. We had an arrangement, me, you, and Grey Wolf Fitness, that we was gonna all do this at Bodypower. Grey Wolf, I know you're on the boat with me. He's gonna be in a different category compared to me. I know for a fact, because he's gonna be in the over 40s, or he's gonna be in a higher weight category, because he's a big guy. I mean, he's 6'3", I think, and he's over 200 pounds easy. But when he cuts, and he's started his cut now because he doesn't want to do a drastic cut, so he's doing it very, very slowly. But Curtis, where are you? Are you going to join us and be the three amigos at Bodypower, or are you gonna not? If you're not, just say I don't mind, because you know what, you're a busy man, you know, but we're all busy in some way or another. But if you're not, Curtis, you can be our camera boy for the day. For me and Grey Wolf, you can get that awesome footage, because you know what, that's the thing. If I'm on stage, unless I take somebody who I know and trust, I'm not going to have any footage of the show, and I'll have to get Grey Wolf to do it for me. Well, not him himself. I don't have to get Sue to do my filming as well, because she'll have to be in the crowd. So I'm going to leave you there now, and that's day 3 of my vlogging every day in August. I will see you next time, tomorrow actually, with day 4 in vlogging every day in August.